Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the review of 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, episode 12. Now, I want to take a moment to sit down and say, you know what? When it comes to cliffhangers have always given us good or bad, depending on the situation. There are some cliffhangers I'm going to say, like, with a big old cliffhanger, and you're like, okay, let's see what next week's episode. And then you get to this episode, you're like, oh my God. And there are some good cliffhangers and bad cliffhangers. Some of which you'll be like, oh my goodness. Now, I just finished episode 12, and I gotta tell you guys, this is why I'm still sticking with this show. I don't think the last time I watched talk about a long show like this was Rising of the Shield Hero, which, by the way, I covered a lot in season 1. Go watch it. Then I was like, you know what, let me just see 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, not knowing that it was gonna be 12, not knowing it was gonna be 24, but also knowing that, wow, 12 episodes? And we're getting more? That's great. We're now in the fall session, and 2.5 Dimensional Seduction is going to be that great. I mean, we already got in figures, we got in pins. They even making a freaking Android. What's next, a bunny figure? If they make a bunny figure of... I want to say they're going to make a bunny figure of Lily, Ririsa, if separate, or, FYI, how about Maria Sensei? Can you imagine Maria Sensei, the teacher, and a friggin' bunny figure? I'm just saying that could be worth a lot of money. But that's here and there. Anyway, let's get right to the review of my 2.5 Dimensional Seduction episode 12, because there's a lot of dialogue in this one, but everything makes sense. And when it comes to dialogues, you have to listen. So that big old cliffhanger in this episode, which I like what they did, kicked things off immediately after the episode 11. Went to this and they found out, oh my God, Ririsa, here's the cliffhanger. Dun, 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 dun. Ririsa has failed. She didn't do her classes. She got detention. That was the biggest thing ever. Because of her cosplay match against 753, she has detention, and she has to take all her classes. Now, let's talk about the principal. I like the principal in this one. I really do. Now, I agree with the principal's decision on the club. Because remember, the whole premise of this was trying to keep the club there and make sure that everybody could love the manga club. For the principal, I get what he's saying. I get it. He wants everyone to enjoy the hobbies and keep it the way it is. However, he's worried that it's going to affect the students. And I like that role, because he's with the principal's dialogue about being a principal, being a teacher, the failures, the mistakes, and all that. I like his role. He's saying this: look, we can accept this whole manga club, the whole role of cosplaying, which is great. However, if word gets around that this cosplayer is Ayano, everybody is going to bully her. Everybody's going to make fun of her for that. Everyone's going to mock her, like, for her showing off her body. And then you got these perverted boys going to say, oh, can I see your boobs? And you're going to get girls being jealous that then, like, girls going to bully her so bad. Like, we've seen anime characters who get bullied. We've seen those type of shows. Go watch Magical Girl Sight. That's a perfect example of them bullying Aya. Here's another show. There's one in Durara. I remember that. There's a plethora. There's a character in My Hero whose name I should not say because he's fucking trash, and what he bullied to Midoriya was fucked up. Those are the type of bullying that does not get away with it. But my point is, that's what the principal's saying. Yeah, cosplaying is good, but at what point is like, if one person spread the entire gossip like a chain reaction, butterfly effect, if one person spreads the word that's Ririsa in a lady costume, and they talking about her boobs, her body, on that hair and all that, it's gonna lead to bullying. And that's what the principal don't want to have. He wants that. He don't want that. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want to affect Ririsa and that allow Ririsa to like quit cosplaying. So for him to let this club where it's be, it's great. And I like the principal on this one. The student council president, I like the student council president as well. She's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep the club under one condition. As long you get rid of every porn, hentai, doujins, that is anything 18 plus related. So bye-bye to all the doujins that he had in the manga club. So sad. And even into that milky succubus cosplay magazine gotta go. I do like that scene where he's kind of praying with those crying tears. You know, even the president loves cosplaying now. In fact, see, this is why I said from the beginning, throughout my videos, I said that cosplaying is good. Cosplaying is fun. You could try it. You don't have to be a professional, but you could try. And for her to like telling Ririsa, you know, I could try cosplaying. I love it. I'll give it a shot. See, she wants to get into it. That's that. Now, the teacher. Can I say about Mari Sensei? She's 22. She's 22. That just got me. I'm like, wait a minute. Because the thing about this, anime teachers and nurses oftentimes be at their 30s and 40s. We look at them and say, she's 30 something or she's 40 something. But Mari Sensei is in her 20s. She's 22 with a teacher's degree. I'm not jealous. I'm just saying, I'm surprised. She's 22. That's like hanging out with your buddies at the bar and here's your ID. They're gonna be like, wait a minute, you're 18? And you don't even look 18. You don't even look like 18, but you're 18. You're like, are you telling me that all this time you could have been buying us beer? That's the kind of reaction I got from her. I'm like, wait a minute, you're 22? You're a teacher? Now, this is a good experience because a lot of people will get their degrees in law firm and everything in their 20s. That's great. I'm just, again, looking at Mari Sensei, I didn't really think about her age like that. I thought she was to be honest with you guys, I thought she was in her mid-30s, like I am. Like, I'm 33, I thought she was at like 33 to 36 at best. But I didn't expect her to be in her 20s. That's just like, look at her. And that scene where him and the MC were playing the game, like, she's a real gamer. And for this guy, he could get the teacher any day of the week. Who wouldn't fantasize smashing their teacher at that age when you're in high school and you think your teacher's hot and you want to smash a teacher? I mean, come on. Who wouldn't think that? Who wouldn't think that? I'm pretty sure y'all thought about that when y'all was in high school. Now, I want to get to that title says 5 Shining Angels. The 5 Shining Cosplayers or 5 Shining Angels. Okay. There are 5 cosplayers of the world. The 5. Not the 7 from the boys. The 5. These 5 cosplayers are like one of my greatest factions of all time in WWE Evolution. If you don't know Evolution in WWE, go watch it. Look at their resume. It's brolic. I compare the 5 as the Evolution. Past, present, and the future. Ririsa is the future. The future of cosplaying being number 1. The teacher, Mari Sensei, she is the present. She's the present. She's the past, but she could put on a cosplay. And then 753 is the present. Yeah, Mari Sensei's the past, 753 is the present. Meaning 753 is the top dog, the present. And Marisa's the future. So, we got 5. So there's 5 of them, and we already know 3. And after the first performance, Ririsa is now in the top 5. She's ranked 5th. She is now ranked 5th among the best cosplayers in the world because some guy named Mr. Cameraman, who I hope we get to see because I haven't read it yet. I want to see this Mr. Cameraman. And, you know, they did a not a backstory on her, but they looked at her performance and her amazing poses as Lily. That's her favorite character. She got into the character. That's that. But here's number 4. Number 4 is the girl that don't talk. It's like that one face. Like this. That one face change everybody. That one face, it's like looking at her face and you already know she's freaking hot. And that's number 4. The icy princess herself, no. She don't have to say anything. And we saw her. We saw that new character. All she did was all we saw was that she got on stage, didn't talk, posed, and then they took a photo. She didn't have to say nothing. But she's number 4. So guys, in this episode, we already saw the 4 people. We already saw 4 people. That is the top 5. Mari Sensei, 753. Ririsa is now in the 5th, and Nona is the 4th. So we're missing one more cosplayer, and I hope we get to see that cosplayer in the future. Now, I do like that other scene where with the whole body measurements. That was kind of like, because the whole thing about cosplaying is all about body measurements. Like, you gotta measure everything around you. Just look at my Dress Up Darling. That was an example where Gojo would try to measure Kitagawa. But that's what the whole thing was. I wish you would have seen it, just like we did with Gojo and Kitagawa. I wish you would have seen all the measurements that they all did. Like, I want to see it. And maybe we want to read it now. But in that last scene where we already know who that cosplayer was, you can see in the back frame of the shot that there's a whole photo of Lily. So it's like, I don't know if she wants to kill Lily or like Lily. I don't know. But it's going to be epic. So that's all for now. This episode was really good. I do like the principal and the student council president. They both had an amazing role, just giving us the reason to keep the manga club as it is. It was really nice. It was a sight to see, and I'm glad they keep the manga club. I really am glad for it. As now we are now in episode 12. We are now 50% of the program, guys. The second half is going to be a new opening, new characters, and everything else about cosplaying. And let's see what the future holds for Ririsa, which I hope we all know is going to end up with them MC. So we get that. So I look forward for next week's episode of it, and I'm sure you will.